for me.
All right, and welcome to another edition of Sports Talk with the whole gang tonight. My dad, Norm LaMadeleine, all the way to my right, your left, Marty Mad Dog Murphy in the middle, and I'm Matt LaMadeleine. Welcome to the show. It is we are live here at Brass City Community Television. That's what it is. BCC TV.
Yeah.
As always, we thank Mike and Mike Albini and Big Al Coles in the back for helping us out. We do have the phone number up there, but unfortunately the phone is not working today. So, if you want to call, you're going to have to wait till next week. Not that we get a ton of phone calls anymore. Trust me, we would love to hear from you if you wanted to talk to us.
And next week we'll be leading into Derby Day.
Yeah.
Next week is Derby Day.
Yeah,
Derby already?
Friday.
Derby Day
Friday
already,
is
yeah.
May
Wow.
1st already, which is crazy.
May 2nd. May 2nd is Derby Day. The first Saturday.
No, I know. Friday is May 1st.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah, so May 2nd is the first.
First Saturday. May.
Yeah.
I should have went down this year. I could have.
Yeah. Anyway, the NFL draft, we had a bunch of great stuff this week. I was telling me and my dad were talking on the way down, Marty. And one day I was watching the Yankees beat the Red Sox. I was watching hockey and NBA and the Yankees. I said the Yankees beat the Red Sox, right? Hockey and NFL draft. That's what it was. So it had to be at least Thursday. So I had four different things going on, and basically hockey and basketball, took me through the night. I fell asleep watching the game. So if you are a sports fan in any capacity, this is your time of year for sure. The NFL draft, obviously, the Raiders, thank the Lord, grabbed Fernando, and they've welcomed him with open arms, and I'm sure he'll be paid well.
Just hope he's worth number one.
He's worth number one. I firmly believe that. As long as they can keep him healthy, he's had a great.
I just hope he's not. Just hope he's not another Russell.
Well, boy, I hope not. Boy, I definitely hope that doesn't happen. I had the top 5. That's what I'm looking for. But Dad, you actually have the top 5 there too.
Yeah,
somewhere,
the top
don't you?
10, yeah.
Okay,
and,
the top 10. Go ahead.
You can get on number 10 because the Giants too did pretty well in the top 10.
Yeah,
so
yeah, they did.
We're glad to go to the first round actually.
Yeah.
But Mendoza from Indiana went to the Raiders, number 1.
Yeah.
And the Raiders also have Kirk Cousins too, so that'd be a good thing when he gets in there. Plus he's got Brady.
Yeah.
So I think it's a fantastic choice.
Absolutely. I agree
he's
with
gonna
you,
do
Dad.
well,
And we deserve it as Raider fans. We deserve a franchise quarterback.
I didn't know they signed Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, they did. They signed him a couple of weeks ago.
So that's a perfect situation. He could sit. He could at least to start the season. He could sit behind Cousins.
Right.
And pick Cousins' mind and Brady's mind, and by mid-season he may be ready to take over and go on a run.
Well, my hope is I would love to see them just give the reins to Mendoza, but you know what? The Raiders, I think, were the most sacked team last year and just had no offensive line.
Don't want him to get hurt.
Right, so I agree with you, Marty. I think that Kirk Cousins will be the starter at the beginning of the season. They'll let him get beat up.
It's not just let him get beat up. It makes it's somewhat like what the Giants did with Eli.
Yeah.
They had Kurt Warner, so they let Kurt Warner play the first seven games.
Right.
They were 5-2.
Yeah.
And they decided at 5-2, even though they ended up not making the playoffs, but they said 5-2. They said it was time to switch over to the kid.
Right.
And they benched Warner and they let Eli take over.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens because the Raiders cannot fall, early in the season because they will not make the playoffs if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially in their division. You'll have Mahomes. You'll have.
Well, they're still not sure when Mahomes will be back.
Well, right, but you got the Chiefs, you got the Chargers, and you got Denver, who's much improved. So
it's a tough division, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a very difficult division.
Right. So go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
Hopefully, they at least make the playoffs. Anyway.
Right.
That would help.
That would be huge, right, in his first year.
They could be like get 10 wins. That'd be great.
That would be nice. That'd be huge for the Raiders. The franchise. Period.
Yeah, but the question is, do you rush Mendoza and then if things don't work out, you're regretting it? Or do you sit there and say, we're going to ride Kirk Cousins to either we're not in the playoffs, then we're going to give it to the kid, or we'll let the kid take over and see if he can get us to the playoffs?
Yeah.
That's the decision you got to make because the last thing in the world you want to do is put the kid there day one
Yeah.
and they have a slow start where they're 2-4 or 3-5.
Yeah, that's it. They're out of the way. Yeah.
And you're worried about what you're doing to his confidence. If it would be better to say, you know what, we're going to spend this season, as much of this season, letting him learn behind the veteran to get an idea of what, because there's a big difference between college and the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, time will tell. Obviously, we won't see that until until September.
Yeah,
So, what else you got there, Dad?
Well, the thing is that, our local teams are not doing very well, so it's nice to see that they did well in the draft. You got David Bailey's number 2, and he went to the Jets. He's from Texas Tech. Number 3 was Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. He went to Arizona. Then you have Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State. He's gone to Tennessee. Avril Reese has gone to the Giants.
Yeah.
Outside linebacker from Ohio State. That'll be, I think, is a good pick.
Well, they say he's the best one out there, right?
Yeah, but he's also a hybrid. He could play outside linebacker or he could play inside linebacker.
Yeah.
And they say he's good enough. He's good enough to cover a slot receiver if you
Wow.
need him. So
Okay. That's huge right there.
They call it. They said he's a hybrid linebacker. So
Okay.
Well, that's good. Yep. So we got that going. And also, the Giants got Francis Migliano from
Yeah, Maui Goa. I
outside
think is how you
tackle.
say it. Yeah, that's
Maui
how you
Goa,
say it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Maui Goa.
From
something
Miami.
like
Yeah.
that.
So you got that.
offensive
So you got
lineman.
Yeah.
5 at number 10. So you get 5, number 10, and the Jets had number 2. You also have number 16. They had Kenneth Sadik, tight end from Oregon, gone to the Jets. Sleeve Menu, he forgot how he rated the Patriots. That was their number 28. So
Okay.
that was their first pick there.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
had Omar Cooper Jr. From Indiana. That's played with Mendoza.
Yeah, that was
as
one of
a
Mendoza's
wide
wide
receiver,
receiver. Yeah,
right?
right,
So
right.
that's a good pick right there too.
Yeah, right.
And the Jets, he's number 30.
Right.
So our teams did all right.
Yeah, the
Ran.
Jets had 3 picks in the first round. The Giants 2 picks, and the Patriots, obviously, being the defending AFC champs, got their 1, and they actually traded down to get to 28.
Yeah.
The Giants actually, I mean, they addressed a lot of things. Not only did they, get those 2, they got the running back. I'm sorry, the linebacker and the outside tackle, or the offensive tackle. They got a cornerback, a wide receiver, a defensive tackle, and a linebacker as well. So they did okay there. The Jets got a cornerback, defensive tackle. They actually grabbed the quarterback, the Clemson quarterback, Cade Klubnik, an outside guard, and a defensive back as well. My thing is the Jets are going in with what's his name, the Raiders.
Geno
Smith.
Geno,
And,
yeah.
and they're trying to say that Geno Smith's going to take them to the promised land. I read something that, I was like, didn't you guys already try that once? And
Yeah.
didn't you see that, he's been on, now he's coming back to the Jets. He was with the Jets, the Giants, the Seahawks, the Raiders. He was horrendous with the Raiders last year. Now, don't get me wrong,
yeah.
he did not have a line, period. But to think that this guy...
But the year before he was great with Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever been great, Marty, but the bottom line is the Jets are trying to sell the fact that they have a great NFL quarterback, and they do not.
I don't think-
So.
I
I'm
don't-
wondering if this Cade Klubnik is the future of the Jets.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is because I was talking to my nephew who
Yeah.
went to Clemson.
Yeah.
Had some connection with them down there.
Yeah.
And he was telling me how he was put in a rough situation last year, and that he's going to surprise people. Everybody started dumping on him because the coach decided to quit on him.
Okay. All right. Well, that happens, right? In college, we know that happens. Look at the Connecticut program right now that's in just disarray. The Patriots picked up an edge rusher, a tight end, a defensive back, an outside tackle, a linebacker, a running back, another linebacker, and they also grabbed in the 7th round Texas Tech quarterback Bayron Morton. So, I think they're in very good, situation with May, but you never know, right? A quarterback gets hurt, you got to have a backup, right? So that there was two UConn guys that have at least seen possibilities in the NFL.
Well, Solo Bell was actually picked up in the 4th round.
Yeah, not Solo Bell. Solo Ball.
Solo Ball is a basketball player.
Right.
Solo Bell is the
No, his name's not Solo. What is his name?
Solo. Yeah, it's
No,
a Solo.
Skylar Bell. Or isn't it
I'm
Skylar?
sorry. Yeah, you're
I
right,
was
Skylar,
saying to
okay.
myself, wait,
Yeah.
something doesn't sound right.
It
Yeah.
did sound right.
Yeah,
Skylar.
sorry,
Skylar.
but-
Oh,
but
boy. I
My
can't
dad
believe it.
and I have it confused. I'm like, Solo.
Skylar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Skylar
couldn't
Bell.
think of his real name. So, anyways, go ahead, Dad. I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Yeah, I was rolling around
Yeah,
my head.
yeah,
I was got
yeah.
you know
There's
these
a
guys
ball
that
and
were
a bell
a bell and a bell, yeah,
And a
they're both
solo.
good. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
both good,
Yeah.
good players.
They're both
right.
SBs.
So anyway, he's going to Buffalo, and I take a good spot for him.
Okay.
You know, Buffalo can use him. He was number 20 on offense as far as wide receivers, and I figured he was going to get a good pick. I thought he'd go before the fourth round,
Yeah.
but he's going to be a great asset to Buffalo.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope he gets some playing time. 125th overall.
Yep.
To the Bills, and you know, and I mean, playing with what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Oh, the quarterback.
Josh Allen.
Oh my God, playing with Josh Allen. Talk about
Yeah.
senior moment over here. Playing with Josh Allen. I mean, that's a good thing for him.
Just throw him the
Let's
ball,
face it,
yeah,
If you're a
throw-
wide
throw him,
receiver,
yeah.
absolutely.
If you can go, if you can go, if he throws, if you can go get it, he'll keep
Oh,
throwing
yeah.
it to you.
Yeah, he definitely will.
That's the thing. You show you're able to catch the ball. He gets confidence in you.
Yeah.
Anytime he thinks you're open, he'll throw you the ball.
And I'll tell you, at UConn, it was unbelievable that the catches he made. And I'm looking at some of these games here: 136 yards, 107, 92, 113, 126, 158, 149.
Wow,
He's
yes.
got an impressive record. And Fergano is also looking at the Ravens. The Ravens looking at him.
Yeah.
And this guy is a very accurate passer. One interception. And here's some of his passing yards, right? 260, 261, 346, 161, 165. And I thought he was going to go a lot faster too.
Right.
3,800 passing yards. So these are two good players, and I think these teams, they're going to do well.
Yeah, well, let's hope that Fagano even makes the team. He was drafted undrafted free agent. Right. Wow.
They're signed with the
I'm
Ravens,
talking
yeah.
about that, yeah. He's an undrafted free agent, so he has to make the team. But I'll tell you what. You know what? He had a great season, like my dad said.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll bring
Yeah.
him on as a clipboard holder for at least a couple of
I
seasons.
mean, worst case scenario, he gets paid to sit on the practice squad.
Right? Isn't that crazy? Hey,
Well,
yeah,
he is 27 years old, so that's his disadvantage for him.
yeah.
But he's so accurate, and you can see this, and the Ravens. What the Ravens have, though, really, as far as
Well, they have Lamar Jackson,
Passing.
so yeah, they have Lamar Jackson.
Good passing.
He's not going to be
Receivers.
starting unless Lamar got hurt, anyways. But
as far as the receivers, who would he be thrown to?
yeah.
No, that's the key.
Yeah. Anyways, so how is he 27 years old?
He's got 7 years of college basketball.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he had 4 years at I forget the name of it.
Holy cow!
And then he came to UConn.
Huh?
Yeah.
Holy cow! Okay.
Well, you had that guy Chambliss from Ole
Yeah,
Miss.
yeah, right,
He was fighting to get another year. If he gets another year,
He did get it.
He
That's
did
who I
get.
saw.
He ended up
Yeah,
getting it.
He ended up getting it. Yeah.
So after this coming college season, he'll be 28.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
See, it's hard to believe these college students. Yeah, they'd be out here at 22. That's when you graduate.
Right, normally, right.
Yeah.
Wow. So Fagano, I didn't realize he's 27 years old, man. This
mean-
could be it for him.
It's gonna be hard. Like Staubach, he came back after the Navy. He was 27 years old, and he sat for a whole season.
Wow. All right. Well, we certainly wish everybody, the best of luck, the UConn players especially. But I'm psyched for the Raiders. Obviously, it's a long way to the NFL season. But I mean, it even looks like the Jets, the Giants, and the Patriots did pretty well, with their picks. So hopefully, we're going to see some good football in the fall.
Hopefully.
Let's hope so. So, all right, next we have the NHL and the NBA playoffs, which, everything is still in the first round, but, they're
Which one do I start with? So
They're
make sure I got
jamming.
my paperwork in the right order.
jamming. I don't know. What do you got over there, Dad, first? You got the NBA?
The NBA is already into the process.
Yeah.
They have Oklahoma already 3-0, and LA 3-1,
Yeah.
Minnesota 3-1. So they're well into the first round.
Yeah, San Antonio's 3-1 too.
Yeah, San
Exactly,
Antonio,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
the other
So-
side you got Orlando 2-1, Cavs and Raptors 2-2, Knicks and Hawks 2-2, Celtics 3-1.
Yeah.
So we'll be going to the second round.
Right, pretty soon. And,
Yeah.
and let's see. So tonight we got the Pistons at the Magic.
And the Celtics at the Sixers, or the Sixers at the Celtics?
No, that was last night.
Oh, last night?
We have OKC at the Phoenix Suns tonight, and we have the Wolves at the Nuggets. What'd you say? You said the Celtics in. You know what? They played last night. I know that, so it's got to be a couple more days before they play. It's every 2 days.
But
It's every
look,
couple of
that-
days.
that's the only reason why I'm questioning, because they're 3-1.
Yeah,
I thought the Knicks were tomorrow. They're 2-2.
yeah. That is tomorrow. The Knicks are.
Yeah, so that's why I thought the
Hawks
Celtics.
at the Knicks. Yeah.
That's why I thought the Celtics were tonight.
No, the Celtics played last night. I know that. So yeah,
All right.
I don't know. It's
All
every,
right, so-
well,
all
because
right.
well, the problem is that they're sharing with the Bruins, so that's why there's probably 2 days there.
Well, the other thing is,
And the Flyers, by the way.
Yeah, and- well, I'm looking at the thing too. Is you got OKC that's 3-0.
Yeah, they're not-
They're looking to play their fourth game, and the Pistons are looking to play their fourth game. So those are the two teams that are playing tonight.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how I figured it out,
Yeah,
looking at it.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody else plays 4 games. Those are the only two
Right.
teams
And you
that
got to
play
look
3.
at it this way: they're sharing arenas with the NHL at this point. Like we just said, the Celtics and the Bruins are both in the playoffs. The 76ers and the Flyers are both in the playoffs. Let's see what else we got. Well, the Rangers, we don't have to worry about the Rangers. Anyways, some of the teams will be sharing with other teams as well, obviously. But yeah, so that we're all set up with the NBA there. Obviously, Marty and Dad, I'm not a huge NBA guy, but I will check in on the Knicks and the Celtics. And I have been watching a little bit here and there. I've watched a couple of the late games. But yeah, just
Knicks Celtics, yeah.
I
those
tried.
same-
I tried the other day to watch a little bit of a game, and I got about 5 minutes into the game. I was sort of saying, "Where's the defense?"
right.
I
And
haven't
I love
seen-
it because the fans chant defense.
Yeah,
defense.
right. I haven't seen a game yet that the one team didn't score 120 points.
and-
At least
and-
one team.
Right.
And the
Yeah.
other thing I'm looking at, I'm saying, can anybody, could anybody hit a mid-range jumper? It's either a slam dunk,
Yeah,
a layup,
yeah,
or
yeah.
a three-pointer.
Right.
No one could stop and hit that 10-footer on the corner.
Yeah.
Listen, I will tell you guys this though. One of the games I was watching that night, they always talking about the NFL draft. The Knicks were up by 20
Oh.
at the half and lost on a last second, not buzzer beater, but a last second shot by the Hawks. So I watched the last 5 minutes. I don't worry about anything else. I watched the last 5 minutes, if anything.
I heard him talk about it on the radio, and I was just saying, oh, that's the Knicks.
Yeah. I just absolutely love when the fans chant defense. Because
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no defense in
They-
the NBA.
Because it's so different than the NCAA tournament. It was so great.
Yes.
Upsets and,
I agree.
these kids playing their hearts out.
Yep.
And it's just unbelievable. Defense all over.
Right.
Especially like the Michigan and UConn game at the
yeah?
end. That was total defense. Everybody went for the ball, and it was a slugfest.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And you got to think about it. When these kids come out of college, they're used to playing defense.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
What ends up happening? They get in the NBA, they start getting called for all these fouls. So now all of a sudden we don't play defense no more.
Yeah.
So now you have an NBA game, you have a professional basketball league that wants every game to be 137 to 120 something. They don't.
It's
They
a
don't,
horrible
they
game,
don't play
too.
defense.
Right? They believe in offense only, right?
These
They
guys are
don't.
all 7 feet tall too, so
Yeah.
it's just a little drop in the bucket. It's not
Yeah.
even not even a slam dunk.
Yeah.
It's just like raising your head, wingspan of 15 feet or whatever
Oh,
it is.
yeah. I mean, and that's so the big thing is how many bigs can hit from 3-point range.
Yeah.
Well, if they shoot going straight out, they're behind the line, but they're almost up the foul line when they're releasing the ball.
Yeah.
Right, right.
It's unbelievable.
Well, we can beat them
Well,
on the NBA
yeah.
all day. They're not gonna. They have their fan base. and they don't
they're
care
making the
about
money.
Guys, yeah.
They sell out every night. It's
Right.
just
They don't care
unbelievable.
about guys like us. That's for
I
sure.
know. I
I was
know.
telling my mom, in fact, the other day, Marty, that you know what, they have priced me out of the game. They don't, you know what, they don't care what I think.
No, the end.
Well, we were talking about baseball and the challenge part, and I'm like,
I think that's great.
I don't know.
I think it's great.
I'll get used to it, obviously, but
I mean,
I'm not a fan.
I-
Let the umpires make the call and keep the human element of the game in there.
But
That's what I say.
I like the idea that when you're the batter and you see the ball 2 feet off the plate
Right.
and they call it a strike,
Right.
I like being able to say, wait a minute, that's not a strike.
Right.
I mean, when they're doing the nitpicking ones where it's real close, you can see where it looks like the ball might have hit the strike zone.
If it hits any piece of it, right? it's a
Right.
strike.
That's expanding your strike zone.
Yeah.
Because if you say completely your square, the ball will be in that square. It wouldn't be on sides or touching here or that.
Right.
So they really expanded it now.
Yeah, what it is, as long as the ball touches part of the square, it's a strike.
Well, it's just ridiculous because it's more outside than inside.
It as long as the
Well, I
basically,
hear you, but I don't agree with it.
the square is made the width of home plate. So as long as the ball crosses the plate and as long as it touches would across the plate.
No, they're expanding the strike zone. The whole ball should be in a square.
Right. Well, and you know what, you guys, we can talk about that. We
I
will have
know.
all summer. to
I
talk
know, but I'm
about
just
that.
saying.
I'm sure we will
This-
talk about it all summer ad nauseum. So let's go to the NHL playoffs. Dad, what do you got over there?
The
You
only
got
thing I
hooked
have
up,
is they're just starting, I guess.
No, they
Well,
started. Yeah,
there's only two that are already in, right?
Right.
It's the Hurricanes.
No,
and-
they've already advanced.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
They
okay,
advanced. That's what
okay.
I'm saying. There are only two advanced. Okay, because the other.
Correct.
Because you have. Let's see. Oh, they're playing the Avalanche. No, the
The
Avalanche.
Avalanche have already.
So they're
swept
waiting.
it,
They're
yeah.
waiting to see who's going to win between Stars and who's
The Wild.
The Wild, yeah,
Yeah.
the Wild, yeah. And then you have the Golden Knights. They play the Mammoth. They're going to be starting the first games, right?
No. The Mammoth is up 2-1 in that series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get the.
Yeah, no. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
The,
I just had the
Avs
matchup,
basically-
so
the
this
Avs
is
went in
horrible.
and the Avs went in and they swept the LA Kings.
Ah, okay.
So they're already each
that's-
series is already 4 to 5 games in. They
all right.
started right about the same
Oh.
time as the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the Bruins already moved to the next round because they won 4-1.
They have not.
Oh.
No, they have not.
Oh, so why-
they were the number 4 seed.
Oh,
is
okay,
what
four-
that is.
okay.
Yeah. And it's weird the way they do it because it's not the top 8. It's 4. It's the top 4, and then the other 4 are wild cards. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm sorry, Dad. Go ahead.
No, that's all I had because this is what I got. I got the brackets, but that's all it had.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay,
as good as the NBA brackets. It didn't have the scores. Didn't have what's coming up.
Yeah. All right.
This
So
is just who started.
Gotcha. Okay, so the Avalanche have already swept the LA Kings. They're waiting for the next round. The Stars and the Wild are two games apiece. The next game is Tuesday at Minnesota. The Vegas Golden Knights are down 2-1 to the Utah Mammoth, and they're playing tonight. That'll be game 4, obviously, at Utah. And then tomorrow night we have the Oilers and the Ducks at Edmonton, and the Ducks are up 3-1 already. That's the West. In the East, we have Buffalo at Boston on Tuesday. Buffalo has a 3-1 lead in that series.
Oh, okay.
The Canes have already knocked out the Senators. That was a 4-0 sweep. Obviously, 4 wins. The Pens in Philly. Philadelphia is up 3-1, and they're playing tonight at Philly.
Oh, okay.
And then Montreal and Tampa Bay are tied up at 2 games apiece. There's your one Florida team, Dad, if you want it.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Tied at 2, and that's they're playing Wednesday at Tampa.
Wonder
So
why
that
they
is-
didn't update that on the.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
just
When did the
on
Mammoths come into the
ESPN,
league?
Yeah.
The Mammoth, what they are is they moved from Arizona. They were the Arizona Coyotes, and they
Okay.
moved 2 seasons ago to Utah.
Okay.
Yeah. The NHL is as well as the NBA. Actually, all sports now, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can't make it in one. You just go to somewhere else, and that's what they do. And Arizona was struggling. They had
Yeah.
no team basically.
And then you got the WNBA. you have a team making money in Connecticut,
Yeah.
and you're going to turn around and you're going to move them to Houston because Connecticut's not a big enough market,
Right. Well,
even though they
again,
sell out all the time.
well, again, Marty, playing in Uncasville is a problem, and I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's
You
in
know,
the
if
woods.
they just moved them to Hartford,
Yeah.
I'll bet you they would keep them.
No, from what I understand, the state of Connecticut had got in with a group of people, and they were going to buy the team, and they were going to move them to People Bank in Hartford, and the WNBA says that's not good enough.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. So
And now I don't care about WNBA like I don't care about the NBA or hockey.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? I always said to myself, how are they going to, continue to have a team in Uncasville? I don't know why they didn't even just say, hey, you know what? 10 games a year we'll play at Hartford or something like that. You know what I mean? Marty, I find it very hard to believe that they sold out every night up there. Anyways, they must have gave away free tickets.
Oh, they always
because-
gave away free tickets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's not selling out the joint. You know
Well,
what I mean?
it's strange. Goes back to the tribes, when they built in the woods, and they wanted to have a lot of land, and they wanted to be able to expand all
Yeah,
over the place.
yeah.
And that's why they moved out. On the east side of the river. All the money's on the west side of the river.
Yeah.
This side of Hartford, this way down. It's like the Yankees and Red Sox are split that way.
Right.
And that's where Connecticut is. You have very rural on that side, on the side of the river.
Yeah.
And both tribes built there.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'll never have a big city there.
No, and you know what? I actually like that it is where it is, because you know what? It's a drive. I don't need I don't need to have that place any closer to me than it is. Not that I'm a big time gambler, but and going to shows and stuff out there, Marty. You take that ride enough. It's awful. It's awful.
I enjoy it.
If
If I'm going to see a good show, I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, you enjoy the show once you get there. Yeah, it's a great place once you get there.
I don't mind taking the ride out there every once in a while.
Yeah, the ride home is horrendous. That's all.
It's
I can
dark
say.
at night.
Yeah.
Route
Horrible.
2, no lights,
30
all that
seconds.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, we're going to get to baseball, but I guess we'll have to save it for next week. Basically, the Red Sox fired Joey Cora is all I wanted to really get to. I mean, obviously, the Yankees have been playing well. The Mets have been playing horrible, so all is well in the baseball world as far as I'm concerned. All right.